Hey y'all, welcome to episode 4 of Talks with Q podcast. And this episode is called I Want My Man to Treat Me How God Treats Me. And that post that I made went a little viral, not too viral, but it got a lot of shares. And people want me to talk about it, so let's talk about it. And so they were saying, like, what you mean, like, you want your man to treat you how God treats you. So my version, like what I was like responding to some people, and we're gonna talk about it too, Bible wise, because I did study it. Because I don't want to speak on something that we know, but I just wanted to go deeper to like really get an understanding. Because we know like nobody can treat us like God. Like He's the one who goes above and beyond. We know that. Like He's God. We're human. But when it comes to some things, like just loving your person and vice versa too, like women, we should treat our, partner how God treats them as well. But, just loving, each other unconditionally, thinking each other is wonderfully made, always, just coming through for that person, being there, like listening, being patient, being kind, just having the fruits of the spirit. And we not perfect, but it's just being, intentional. So I also like quoted, I was like, I want an Ephesians 5 husband, like a man, like I do. And also, that shows the fruits of the spirit, but we have to be the same as well. And that's also like what I'm working on, because when you come together you are one and you are a reflection of each other. And so I'm gonna read Ephesians 5 when it talks about wives and husbands. So it's a little long, but not too long, but just listen to understand, okay? So it says, be willing to serve each other out of respect for Christ. Wives, be willing to serve your husbands the same as the Lord. A husband is the head of his wife, just as Christ is the head of the church. Christ is the Savior of the church, which is his body. The church serves under Christ, so it is the same with you wives. You should be willing to serve your husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives the same as Christ loved the church and gave his life for it. He died to make the church holy. He used the telling of the good news to make the church clean by washing it with water. Christ died so that he could give the church himself like a bride in all her beauty. He died so that the church could be holy and without fault, with no evil or sin or any other thing wrong in it. And husbands should love their wives like that. They should love their wives as they love their own bodies. The man who loves his wife loves himself, because no one ever hates his own body, but feeds and takes care of it. And that is what Christ does for the church, because we are parts of his body. The scripture says that is why a man will leave his father and mother and join his wife, and two people will become one. The secret truth is very important. I am talking about Christ in the church, but each one of you must love his wife as he loves himself, and a wife must respect her husband. So I just feel like that plays a part in everything. Like when it says, a husband should love his wife as he loved himself. And it goes back to, I feel like a lot of things, like I was just talking to my friend just now, like a prime example of taking care of, yourself, like making sure you are emotionally stable, you are eating right, you are, just taking care of yourself like inside out. And like we should do the same, because again, like we should be a reflection of each other. You get what I'm saying? Friend back there? You get what I'm saying? But just also too, just having, the fruits of the spirit. And like when it comes to that, I feel like where we at? Like Galatians 5. It's funny because I remember I was reading it and I was like, ooh. I was like, okay. We doing a little stuff that's not a fruit of the spirit. Getting drunk and lit. But but I do want to read like the fruit of the spirit, like what it produces, in a person. And it says, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. There is no law against these kind of things. Those who believe in Christ Jesus have crucified their sinful self. They have given up their old selfish feelings and evil things they wanted to do. We get our new life from the Spirit, so we should follow the Spirit. We must not feel proud and boast about ourselves. We must not cause trouble for each other and be jealous of each other. And I remember like reading that last part when it said like we must not be jealous of each other. I tend to like see a lot of people like in relationships and like the men will get jealous of their wives or like girlfriends because like they sometimes can be the center of attention or like they making more money or, people are seeing them. But I feel like you should want that for your girlfriend because, or your wife, because it's like, it's okay for them to shine. It's okay for them sometimes have the front face. Why not? Like, show, like, shoot, this who I married, like, this my girl, like, this my girlfriend, this my wife, like, here she go. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you should be proud. And I see a lot of, like, men get jealous of that and they end up sometimes, killing their partner or just being jealous or start, like, talking down of them or saying things to, mess up their confidence and things like that. And I feel like that's not cool because just like it say, like, don't be jealous of each other. And it goes to like, friendships and things too. But I just feel like I do see that in a lot of, you have that in women too. And I'm not like trying to bash men, but it's like you do see that. Like some men don't want their women feeling like, they don't want to feel like their woman's like above them no, I feel like everybody should be equal. Just like it said in Ephesians, like y'all come together and y'all are one now. So y'all should be rooting for each other. So if she doing something this month, you should be her number one fan. Like, that's my dog. Like, that's my girl. Like, yeah. And if you're a husband or your, boyfriend, whatever, doing something like this month, you should root for him too. I feel like y'all should root for each other. But also too, like I said, when I stated like I want, in Ephesians 5 men, because you have a lot of men, we see who is a provider, who leads and, take care of their wives. Like, and I think when people look at, when they say wives should submit to their husbands, that is true. But I think, who said it? I think it was Mike Todd. No. Sorry. I think it was DeVal. Him and Kadeem, they were on their podcast and he was like, men should submit to their wives too and take care of their wives too. And I feel like that is true. Like, that is so true because all you see is like, okay, once you get married and things like that, it's just the woman submit. No, like, I feel like, just like, they say, the husband should take care of their wives just like they take care of themselves. Like a man should submit to his wife too and take care of his wife too. Like it's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Like when she's carrying your child for 9 months, you should be submitting them whole 9 months. Like she's carrying a whole nother life. Like she's putting her life on the line. That's like the closest thing to death. Like literally women die all the time giving birth to your child. And I feel like them 9 months, you should, even after those 9 months, before those 9 months, but that's just an example, like you should submit to your wife. Like she has needs too, just like you have needs. And I feel like, a lot of women too, like don't know how to, but I think it's just important, like we should both, that's when like the security comes in, the emotional security and, just mental and things like that, because I feel like if you don't have that, it's like, it's going to be hard to do that. But I also too feel like it's so important because we see a lot of women, like I've been seeing a lot of guys like tap in with God for real. Like, I'm proud of that. But we see a lot of women doing that most of the time because we saw, our grandmas praying. And, that's what we, seen. We didn't see I think a lot of men didn't have that example, of praying in their Bible. You had some, but not a lot of it. So a lot of men don't know how to pray. They don't know how to be God-led. I see it more like in my generation, but I see like a lot of men are getting there. So it's kind of hard to like, I guess, have that person, that is God led, because you want your husband, your partner is the head of the house. So he should be praying over just you too as well, but he got to intercede with God for his family. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, if he can't do that, then it's like, that's the most important thing, because you got to go to God first. Like, you got to tap in with him first. So, and it's also, too, like, praying, like, okay, God, even if, like, okay, show me how to love my wife in this season. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is a new season. Because we all change. You know how people have 10-year vow renewal and stuff like that? Because you're not marrying or even just dating the same person that you was a year ago, 5 years ago. Like, everybody changed. Like, we all, evolving and growing. So I feel like that's important too. Like, God, show me, how to love her, and vice versa, him in this season that they're in. So I really feel like that's important, like having somebody who is tapped in with God and, just praying, because I think we all I don't think we all need that type of person, because I want to be able to, have Bible dates. Like, I want to be able to talk about God. I want to be able to talk about, like, you teach me something. Like, okay, I didn't know that scripture, because I'm still learning so many scriptures, the whole Bible. It's 1,000 of them. So it's like, even if I don't know something, okay, I want to be able to come to you like, hey, or even if we both don't know, like, let's tap in, like, let's study this. Let's see what we can get, And so that's what I mean. Like, and I'm not perfect. We all not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Because even with, like, my friend, she was like, I was just getting discouraged, about dating, just trying to, I'm like, what is going on? Like, all right, Lord, I'm very intentional. Like, this is what I want for my life. I want me a husband, all this stuff. But this is ghetto. Like, am I doing something wrong? Am I picking wrong? But also, too, like, I really had to sit here and just like, okay, God, it's me and you, and I'm going to let you. Because I said the last time I was going to let you put your hand on it, but then I put my hand back on it. Then it's not going to work with both our hands on it. Like, it's not. And you looking at me, I'm looking at you. So it's like, Why? He like, girl, move out the way. Like, you always trying to be in control. That's your problem. And I can't do that when I get a husband. Because I got to let him lead. But can't have a dumb husband either. Because he got to know how to lead. You get what I'm saying? God, you know. But it's like for real. So it's just like when I talk to my friend, she just sent me a long voice note that I really needed to hear because I want to be a reflection of my husband. I want my husband to be a reflection of me. You know what I'm saying? Even when, when I'm dating like my boyfriend, like I still want us to be a reflection of each other and building that, bond and getting to that point where we are engaged and we are married. Because, like she said that too. She's like, this is the time where you should, really focus on yourself and do the things that you want your husband to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it starts with the small things. She's like time management, your finances, yourself, like your health, like, shoot, I got to start at working out. Even it's not like all the time, but at least like go walking or go jogging, just making sure you taking care of yourself and like doing things that you want your husband to do, your boyfriend as well, so it's just like, okay, you right. And so that really made me sit there and think like, okay, what I'm not doing that I'm praying to God, like what I want in a husband, in a man. So it made me sit there and think like, okay, it's some stuff I got to work on, And it's like also too, what else? Because my brain, y'all, I go forward and backwards. That's what y'all will learn with me. But like even what else? Also having like a person, when I say like the fruits of the spirit, like being patient and kind and gentle, I think a person shouldn't bring out those negative things. Like you start, you're going to have disagreements. But when you start seeing stuff that you used to do, and it's like, hold up, like you yelling and you're cursing too much and you're going back, it's like, okay, hold up, what's going on? And it's like, I don't want that. I don't want to be with someone that brings out those things. And also too, you have to work on that too, because you control you, but also too, like you said, you become one when you marry. You are a reflection of each other. So you should be bringing out the fruits of the spirit, being patient and being kind. So I feel like, that's what I mean when I say, also too, like when I say I want my man to treat me how God treats me, because I want him to think, like I said, I'm wonderfully made. Like you the most beautiful person that I have. 1,000 women could be lined up, but no, I only see you for you. You know what I'm saying? Through your imperfections and everything, always showing up. God always shows up. Every time, through thick and thin, he's there. He's here now. Like he's always showing up. When you call him, he's there. When you pray to him, he's there. He's listening. And that's what I feel like every person needs, man or woman. You get what I'm saying? Like we both need that. And I just feel like, that's just important. And that's what I mean. And it's not to bash men or even women, because I feel like men want the same thing. Like, shoot, I want my woman to treat me how God treat me. If you really know how God treats you, if you know, you get what I'm saying? If you locked in and because I want to treat my man how God treat him. I want to be patient. I work, my tolerance be low sometimes. Like, I don't know. Some just be, you okay? Y'all got my baby. You ready to eat? Okay. We almost done, okay? But yeah, like I want to treat my man like how God treat him. Because why not? I just want to be patient and kind. Like I don't want to get into an argument and we hitting below the belt. like, no, that's not cool. Like, that's not cool. And, trying to hurt each other with words, like, I feel like that's not cool at all. And, I want to give him things and, treat him like the man that he is. And, always be there and listen to, because men need someone to listen to. But I always say as well, we as people have to get ourselves together before we can enter other people's lives, because it's not fair. The like projecting, because I just projected a lot of stuff. It took a long time to get where I'm at. And again, I'm not fully there and I'm not perfect, but like I say, just projecting and stuff, like, we have to really get ourselves together before we can enter other people's lives, because it's not fair. We don't want to deal with it. Who wants to deal with it? No, like, baby, I was at peace. I don't want to deal with your. Get it together. And we're going to deal with things throughout life together, but I feel like stuff that you can start healing from and dealing with before you enter people's lives that you're going to project on people unintentionally and intentionally. Yeah. Get it together. We all should get it together, for real. But that's really it. Like, I just really wanted to speak on, that topic, because to really just get people to understand, like, what I mean, like, when I say that. Because at the end of the day, we both have to treat each other how God treats us. And it comes with friends too. So I just feel like overall, like, we all just have to keep working on ourselves and get it together. And so we can treat the people who we love how God treats us. Because what he said, love your neighbor as yourself. So if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. Trust me, I've come a long way, because the stuff that I used to do, how I used to treat people unintentionally, like, I didn't love myself because I had to figure out what was wrong with me. Because I just thought I was crazy. I wasn't crazy. It's just stuff that I wasn't healed from. But once you start really loving yourself and being confident in yourself, you can love the people around you as you love yourself. So depending on how much you love yourself, that's how much you can love somebody else and genuinely love somebody else. But, that is all. This podcast was just this episode was just something quick, just to elaborate on that, because I really did want to talk about it or whatnot. But like you said, I'm very authentic when it comes to this, and just, putting myself out there. And it's not for the aesthetics, as well as you can see. It's not. I have a sick little human being right here that's attached, and he is not going nowhere. I asked him, I'm like, you gonna sit right here or you going over there? He looked at me like, I'm not going nowhere. You gonna film on this couch with me while I sniff and get my life together. But thanks for watching, y'all. Again, thanks for all the support. You already know I love y'all. I'm going to say, keep God first, have faith. And that is it. Thanks for tuning in with this quick little episode real quick. And again, I am filming at night. So I know this was very important, because I'm supposed to be in the bed. Yeah, time management. See, we're working on time management. Trying to get there. But I did want to get this out real quick before, the weeks get hectic and things like that. Because, life be lifing sometimes. But thanks for watching, y'all. I'm about to go take care of my baby. And yeah, this is episode 4. Make sure y'all tune in on Friday at 6. And we out.